Hi, this is Happy Bird from happybirdscraftinghaven.com, and I'm so glad to be back. I know I haven't posted in about 4 weeks, but I've had a terrible cough on me, and it wasn't until, sometime last week that things started to get better with my cough. So I'm going to try to go through this tutorial without coughing. This is a cute little ladybug I made out of ribbon, and I originally found the idea when I was at Joann's. I saw where they had just a simple little bow with a little ribbon ladybug in the middle for little girls, and they were wanting $4 a piece for them. And they weren't, in my opinion, as cute as this. They had just two little black wires sticking out of the head, and it didn't have the necklace. So I decided I would take a picture of it and then try to recreate it at home and just adding my own little flair to it. So that's what I did. You're going to need some grosgrain ribbon with little polka dots on them. This is 5/8 of an inch wide. And then you're going to need some black grosgrain ribbon. I was looking for the plain black originally because that is what I saw on the Ladybug at Joann's, but they didn't have it. So I ended up settling for this with the little stitches on the edges. And I think it really added to it. I think it turned out really cute. Now you can use these ladybugs for little girls' headbands, or maybe glue a barrette on the back. These would even make great Mother's Day pins. You can pass them out to the mothers in your church group or your club. This would also look cute on the waist of a little girl's spring dress, or possibly on a tote bag. The options are really endless. So what I did was I cut 3 strips of the polka dot ribbon, and I cut them at 4 inches. Okay? And they don't have to be super exact, but it was about 4 inches. You can make it a little more if you want, a little less. Just depends on your taste. And the first thing that I'm going to do, well, maybe I should show you this first. It has a little piece in the middle, and then one overlapping on the right side, and then one overlapping on the left side. Okay, so we're going to start by making this little piece here in the middle. Fold this in half, like so. And try to line it up as evenly as you can at the top. I'm going to put the tiniest dot of low temp hot glue on the inside. Just the tiniest dot. We just want enough to hold it together. And then press down. Okay, so now I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to fold it in half, and we're not going to line it up straight. I'm going to come in at a slight angle, like so, and then just, cover up just the tiniest bit of it here at the bottom. And it'll look a little raggedy at the top. That's okay, because that'll be covered up. You won't see it. Okay, then you're going to go in and take just the tiniest dot of glue on this side, and of course on this side, and then press it together. Just a small amount, enough to hold it. You don't want anything bulky. And then this piece, you're going to do the same thing. I'm going to fold it in half, kind of go in at an angle. I think about like that. I think that would look good. About like so. Okay, now I'm going to hold it tight because that's the way I want it. Slip my glue gun under here, put a tiny dot, and then of course the same thing on the back, like So, all right. Hold this together for a few minutes. A few seconds, I mean. Okay. So now we have our bottom part. Now the top part's easy. I'll try to cut this as straight as I can, like straight across. And I'm just going to kind of measure it. We want it to wrap around once in the front, once in the back, and then wrap it around in the front again, and then cut it about like that. And of course we'll clean it up a little bit when we're finished gluing this on. So I'm just gonna take this that I wrapped around the top, and I'm gonna push it up, the back part up just a tiny bit, just a small amount. Okay? And while I'm holding on to this, I'm gonna slide this in. Put some hot glue in here, low temp. And then hold on to that for a second. Got a little too much there, but it's okay. I'll clean it up after. And then, of course, on the back part here, some more hot glue. And then we're going to wrap it around the front, like so. Just like that. And actually, the side where you make your last wrap, that should be the back, because you want what looks like a clean section here on the front. Okay? So the last wrap that you make where you can see this, that should be the back. Alright, pulling out all the little hot glue stringy things. And then next I used a piece of 18 gauge wire. You can certainly use 20 gauge. I just cut 3 inches of the wire off. And if you don't have access to this wire, I mean they have it at Michael's and Joann's, I know. But if you don't have access to it, you can always use a black pipe cleaner. But I like this because it's very sturdy and it won't, you know, easily bend. So I just folded this in half. I'm just going to squeeze it at the bottom just a tiny bit. And of course, you know, you'll make adjustments as you go. And then I took my round nose pliers, and you can pick these up at any craft store for any, oh, I'd say maybe $10 or so. And if you use a coupon, of course, it'll be a lot less. But I'm just rolling it. That's all I'm doing, just rolling it. Yeah, I know these are for jewelry making, but I've used these round nose pliers in so many of my crafts that weren't even jewelry related. So it's really worth it, I think, to invest in one of these. Okay, and I'm going to roll this too, like so. Just keep rolling until you think it looks good. And take your time and play with this. You know, you don't have to be in a big hurry to do it. I'm going to straighten this out a little more, because I don't think this is very even at the bottom where I bent it. So I'm going to redo that. See, and you can play with it like that. There we go. That looks a little better. And I'm not worried about how the bottom looks because I'm going to spread it out and just kind of play with it and see where it looks good. And when I think it looks good and I have it spread out as far as I want it, then I'll show you what I will be doing next. You're going to go inside here and you're going to put quite a bit of hot glue. And then you're going to stick your little antennae in here. There we go. I didn't want quite so much here on the edge. I got a little carried away with that at the edge here, but I'll fix that. And this is the reason why you use the low temp hot glue, because this did not burn my hands. There's no way I could have done that with a regular hot glue. There we go. So you can go back, and if you see anything that needs trimming or little tiny hairy things sticking out or whatever, just go back and clean it up a little. So now you have your little ladybug, but she's missing a necklace. Well, I thought that it would look cute with a necklace anyway, so I picked up some of these little gems when I was at Walmart. They're 97 cents a package, and I found them in the section near the cards where they have the scrapbooking things like for card making and things like that. This wasn't found in the regular craft section. And I'm going to use 4 of the medium-sized ones, the flat back rhinestones. And I'm just going to put the tiniest amount of glue on the back. And I'm going to start by putting 1 rhinestone on... Whoop. Let's try that again, Lori. Hold on. Okay. Okay. I'm going to start by putting this right here on the edge, right below the black head. And I want to put it on the edge, because if I put this on the edge and then another one on here, then I can see kind of the space I have in between to put on the other two, so they won't look uneven or crammed together. Okay. This would even make a cute decoration in a flower vase with flowers if you put it on one of those little dowels. I have another cute tutorial to show you too. I'll try my best to do that sometime this weekend and get it posted. There we go. And then of course the last one, and I'm not too worried about the strings right now because we can go back and fix that. This is the last rhinestone. There we go. Yeah. And like I said, you can always go back in with your detail scissors and, you know, clean up things and snip here, snip there, you know, that type of thing, just to make everything look nice. And I'll go back and do the rest of that. But see how cute it turned out. So that's about it for this project. I hope you really enjoyed it. And I will be back with other tutorials. And I made it through the tutorial without coughing. Yay! So you take care. And thank you so much for watching and staying with me. God bless you all. Bye-bye.